Joining us now, former White House advisor for health policy, professor and vice provost for global initiatives at the University of Pennsylvania, Dr. Zeke Emanuel. He was named by President-elect Joe Biden to the coronavirus task force. So, Zeke, talk, if you could, about the job that will be on all of your plates when President-elect Biden takes over, especially since this current president seems to be driving the coronavirus numbers just into the ground. He's pushing them up and up and up.
So there are three major challenges. You've outlined one with the quotes from Scott Gottlieb, the increasing numbers of people infected with COVID, the increasing number of deaths going scarily high till 2,000, 3,000, the increasing numbers of hospitalizations putting big strain on the healthcare system. That's problem one. Problem two is you're going to have to get the vaccines out to various healthcare facilities and then administered to people in their shoulders. By the end of January, when the President Biden takes over, we will probably have gotten through the healthcare workers and the people in long-term care facilities. But then there's the rest, the next group of people, the essential workers that need to be vaccinated. Teachers and grocery store workers and food service workers. Then there's also going to have to be elderly people who are going to be need to be vaccinated because they're at very high risk of death. And then there's people with comorbidities, asthma, obesity, heart disease, that are also at very increased risk of death. Managing that is going to be a huge challenge. And then the third enormous challenge is for all the other people who are suffering because of the raging coronavirus, suffering because all the supports that were put in place from the CARES Act will have lapsed on January 1st, and you will be seeing a lot of economic suffering. And so far, we don't seem to have gotten to an agreement to help the economy. So those three are enormous challenges, and they all collide on roughly January 20th. So I can tell you that there's many people working and the task force working to try to address each one of those.
Jonathan Lemire, you can take the next question.
Dr. Emanuel, many have certainly given the Trump administration at least some credit for Operation Warp Speed and picking up the accelerating the development of these vaccines and the distribution. But there's been a growing criticism that there's been a lack of communication with the states to make sure that the doses that these states receive the adequate doses in a timely fashion for that rollout you just mentioned. There's seemingly a sense that the Trump administration has cared about this first wave of the vaccine distribution, but doesn't really have much of a plan for beyond that. So what are you seeing here? How potentially damaging is this lack of foresight from the Trump administration for what the Biden team will inherit? What challenges will they face, indeed, for getting those vaccines to people, not just by the end of the year, but January, February, March, when the numbers are going to be so great?
You're absolutely right. So they have been focused on developing a vaccine. And yes, they do need to be commended on that. We have two vaccines that look like they'll be approved shortly, the Moderna vaccine and the Pfizer vaccine. We also have soon to be reported probably the Johnson & Johnson vaccine and other vaccines coming along the line. So the development of vaccine, they have actually promoted and done pretty well. But it's everything else. Just having a vaccine in a syringe does no one any good unless it gets to people and gets in their shoulders. And remember, these vaccines, you need 2 doses, not just one, which complicates the whole process. The distribution and administration is something they have fallen down on. And so far, it's been a problem to understand.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.